Happy Mardi Gras, my non-existent viewers. It is TVB. And before we jump into part 19 of Turtle Tuesdays, I wanted to give another turtle species shout out to the Common Cooter, because this is a turtle that my friend Kenzie and I saw at the Cincinnati Zoo this past Friday on February 28th. Jeez. I just want to say I could not have asked for a better way to close out February than seeing an old friend from my Colorado State University, outpost years of her, taking a gig out here in Ohio. I'll be like, hey, Vitas, let's hit up the Cincinnati Zoo. And it's it was my first time seeing her since she graduated during my YouTube hiatus. But anyways, yeah, we hit up the Cincinnati Zoo together, and we saw these little cuties right next to the manatee exhibit, the Common Cooter. They're freshwater turtles that spend most of their day basking on logs and near lakes and rivers in the southeastern United States. Their diet is mostly aquatic plants, like algae and pond weeds and stuff from trees, but they very rarely eat crayfish and carrion and tadpoles and snails and insects too. And their length is up to a foot long, roughly 12 to 16 inches, and they can live up to 35 years. Yeah, I know I've only really shouted out turtles that we have here in Columbus, but it's always nice to take get out of the house, take a day trip and go to another zoo with a friend and see the species they have there, because we don't have common cooters at the Columbus Zoo. Cincinnati Zoo has a lot of animals that we don't have here in Columbus, so if you visited the Columbus Zoo, but if you haven't visited the Cincinnati Zoo, give it a chance. And also, I have not been to the Toledo Zoo or the Cleveland Zoo or the Akron Zoo yet, but those are definitely next on my zoos to visit list. So I'm gonna make a photo montage like the one I did for my zoo back in back in November for my YouTube channel's 2,000 subscribers special. I'm gonna do another photo montage soon, one for the Cincinnati Zoo, and eventually when my layoff period from Columbus ends for 2 months, I'll make another photo montage of all the photos I've taken since this past November. But at my zoo. But yeah, I've been loving life here in Columbus, but God forbid I can't stay here and get a full-time job at the Columbus Zoo if I can't move up in the seasonal position. Cincinnati Zoo, gotta say, it's a solid plan B. Oh my goody goodness, I just was introduced to Tiger Claw, and he's instantly my new favorite villain. I'm totally biased. You guys, anyone who's watched my videos or has known me long enough knows my absolute undying love for big cats. Tigers are my favorite animal, and Tiger Claw just gave his backstory about someone cutting off his tail is I will get my tail back. That is true. Tigers are arguably the most, tigers and humans and elephants too are the most vengeful animals on the planet. If you cross paths with a tiger, if you injure a tiger, you're already dead, and a lot of other people probably will be as well. I heard this one story about this one poacher in Russia was hunting an Amur tiger, also known as Siberian tigers. He shot the tiger, right? And he injured the tiger, and the tiger followed his scent all the way back to his cabin because he was stupid enough not to finish the job. The tiger broke into the cabin while the guy was out, not home. And, the tiger tore up all of his things looking for him, and the guy came back in absolute horror to find all his stuff was destroyed, and the tiger was sat there waiting for him, and just him right there, and then... Oh my goodness! And now I'm at the part where, they're showing the April O'Neil jumpsuit from the 87 cartoon. But yeah, very interesting, and I can see, the jealousy in Karai, that she's been demoted from second in command because of Tiger Claw. I think this episode is 42 minutes long. I'm at the part that we're in Dimension X. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But yeah, episode off to a great start already. Jeez, this is tense. Oh jeez. Okay, so I'm at the halfway point in the episode, the mid-episode break. Donnie, Casey, and April found out where the earthquakes are coming from. The Carthaginoan thingies, the space worms, as Casey would call them. And it's it kind of reminds me of Dune with the giant death worms, and one cuddles up to Casey and April. And this is where they get the mutagen from. And yeah, they just tried spilling the beans to Karai that Hamata Yoshi Splinter is her true father, not the Shredder, but of course she doesn't believe them, and then Tiger Claw is like, hey, we desire them alive, and like, oh jeez. This episode has been very intense. Can't deny that. But it's like, I like shows that are intense despite being like, Y7 or targeted for like, kids. Like, it's like, you don't need like a PG-13 or R rating to tell a mature story. I think Ninja Turtles has always done that very, very well. Alrighty, we got a surprise special guest. It's Daily Reacts, everybody. Look at this. Hey! Okay, so I just got to the part where Karai falls off the building.
Yeah. He's getting into the good stuff, you know what I mean? And I think he's gonna love the ending. Because let's just say he doesn't know who shows up at the end. Wink, wink.
Oh boy. April and Casey are riding the worm. Also, I just wanted to say, I feel kind of bummed out that, like, Dog Pound has a way scarier form now.
You mean Razar?
Yeah, Razar. Yeah, because that episode when, like, Fish Face and Dog Pound, like, briefly team up with the Turtles.
Yeah. Well...
I was kind of... Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Tiger Claw just fell into the worm.
Yeah.
Is he dead? Is he dead, or does he come back? Okay, cool.
Yeah. But, Razar was originally named after a live-action counterpart of Razar from the 90s Turtles movie.
Really?
Yeah, and the second one. You know, I don't know, how long has it been since you've seen the original trilogy?
Oh, jeez, it's been years.
But if you watch the movie now and you see the dog in the movie, that's Razar.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. Toka's not in it, though. I don't remember.
The popcorn's so good.
Yeah. I will say, he is getting near when the voice has changed a little bit, so... Because if you look back at, like, the first moment when Karai and Leo fought in this two-parter, you can hear the part when it says, your real name is Miwa. That wasn't Jason Biggs. That was someone else doing that part of the episodes.
Oh, really? Not Seth Green. Not yet, at least.
Seth Green doesn't come in until Season 3. Because he wasn't the permanent recast until Season 3.
The episode's ending on a positive note.
Because in Season 2's finale, it will explain why Leonardo's voice has changed, and you'll see why. But yeah.
Oh, wait, so Karai's hiding behind the posters. Is this what you were talking about?
Huh?
Karai's hiding behind the posters. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, no. So it was the first part of like when they first fought in this episode, two-parter.
Oh, right.
2012 TMNT. My friend's watching it for the first time.
Hi, Daly's coworker or manager, whoever that is.
TMNT.
Oh wait, it's the 87 Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it.
No way. I love the difference.
And it will lead up to that in another episode. I'm not going to say which season though.
Oh shit! I hope I don't get copyright claimed for this.
Yeah. Funny enough, Rob Halter, who voiced 2012 Donatello, also voiced 87 Raphael.
Oh wait, you told me about that before.
Yeah. So it would be weird to hear him as Raphael for you.
So, does Mikey, like, you know, his old catchphrase was like a Cowabunga. Has it just been replaced with Booyakasha?
Yes and no.
Okay, we're on to the 14th episode now. The episode called Maces and Mutants.
Huh?
Maces and Mutants, that's the next episode. Oh, it's the D&D inspired episode.
Yeah, that episode, when you watch it, it is pretty freaking weird. but it's so funny.
But I love Fantasy Daily. You know me, I've always wanted to write fantasy.
I know, but wait until you watch it. You're going to be like, oh no, because something happens to Raph in that episode, and it's so weird, but at the same time, it's hilarious.
Okay, good to know. Hey, so I remember when I saw Green Day in concert back in August, I did that, poll on my Instagram page that Monday before the show. The week before the show. It was like, what's a better playlist for name for a playlist with Green Day, Fall Out Boy, Imagine Dragons, and Linkin Park? And I think you and Shane, it was a 50-50 split between what I currently have it as, Green, Linkin Dragons, Green Fallout, or Green Dragons Fallout Park. Park for Linkin Park. Green Dragons Fallout Park. That sounds like a really cool name for a place full of, dragons and mutants, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mutated dragons, radioactive dragons, how scary would that be?
Very. But, yeah, if you guys didn't know, I don't know if you told them yet, but he convinced me to watch the 2003 show. I convinced him to watch the 2012 show. It's a win-win for both of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We both ended up enjoying those shows.
Yeah, there's 5 seasons of this, let's go.
Yep. Don't worry, I have another show for him to check out, but he's taking too long to check it out when he gets a chance. It's not Henry Danger yet. I wanted him to check out Iron Man Armored Adventures.
Oh.
A chance.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Danny Phantom. I haven't watched that show in years.
Well, if you want, you could rewatch that too, but Iron Man Armored Adventures, you haven't seen. And that's on Disney Plus.
But yeah, which I still have.
Shocker. What was I gonna say? Shit, what was I gonna say? Put a laugh track in the video.
Miss.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh no. Daly's brain is having a doo-doo moment. What?
The first time I saw that episode, the one that you watched with the worms,
yeah,
I was at my grandma's house on the couch watching it on Nicktoons. And I remembered how pissed I got when they stopped as soon as Karai saying, if you won't be silent, I'll silent you. And when it put to that screen thing they normally do, I was pissed.
Oh, because you thought the episode was going to end right there.
Yeah, I was like, damn it!
Yeah, I was nervous about that too. I was confused. I was like, wait. And I'm kind of reviewing 3 episodes in one video for once.
But now we can talk about this, and I think I'm going to have to end the call and focus on working a little bit more.
Yeah, my phone's on 55%. I don't want to drain its battery that much. So I still got to make dinner. So I'm gonna make a little noodle dish while watching this episode. Yeah, what is it?
I don't want you to forget this, so I'm going to mention it. Jason Biggs got fired during the show because either he said something on Facebook. I don't know the full story, but I know he got fired because Nickelodeon made that confirmed. So Jason Biggs got fired halfway through season 2. That's why when you get to later episodes of season 2, I think after Mazes. No, when you get to an episode dedicated to pizza, that's when you can tell when his voice was different. Jason Biggs didn't do the role anymore because he got fired, and then they had someone they said that sounded completely like him. Did not sound anything like Jason Biggs.
Wow.
I think that's underrated. But I always said Seth Green was better as Leonardo. So, season 2 finale, TV Bean is going to explain why Seth Green is the voice now. And don't worry, the finale will be very sad. I think I've cried on the finale 3 times.
Oh, thanks for the heads up.
And it's a very, very depressing finale. Just something with Irma. Wink, wink.
Oh, jeez. Alright, Daly, well, thanks for the call, dude. Thanks for being a guest in the video. I'm gonna make a noodle dish now and watch the rest of this episode. You have a good night, okay?
Yep. Also, hope you enjoyed the Indiana Jones ranking.
I will.
Alright, take care.
So good to have you on board, Daly. Thanks again for joining. And yeah, I'm gonna pause the episode. I already love how Donnie is the wizard, Leo is the knight, and Mikey is the elven thief. and Raphael's a dwarf barbarian. Very well done. Love the fantasy already. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, so I just got done watching the episode of, called Mutants and Mazes, the whole Dungeons and Dragons themed episode. Yeah, it was kind of a filler episode, but it was a very entertaining filler episode. Daly just warned me that it would be very weird, and it does. The wizard, Sir Malachi, he's a sparrow mutant. He turns Mikey into a turkey-headed turtle. Like, he has a turkey head for the rest of the episode, and it's just hilarious seeing Raphael being like, oh, no one gives Raphael a turkey head. Like, that's hilarious. But the episode does kind of end on a sad note because they figure out that, they see Leatherface, which I was wondering if we'd ever see Leatherhead. If we'd ever see Leatherhead again in this series, and we did, sort of. He's like the fire-breathing dragon, which makes sense because he's an alligator, and there's Princess April, and then it's all just illusion at the end. And Malachi's just like, I just wanted to play. And it's like, he dives into his backstory about how as a kid he was like super into like mutants and mazes, and like he touches a mutant and turns into a mutant bird, the sparrow, and like he gets lost in the sewers and plays mutants and mazes all by himself, and he comes across the turtles, and he is, again, people often do like unacceptable things for understandable reasons. He's so lonely in the sewer with no other mutants, because obviously he can't make any more human friends when he looks like that, so he just wants people to play with him. Leo's like, hey, you must never force anyone to play with you again. And it's like, and but Leo's not saying that out of like anger or total like spitefulness towards like Malachi, because they do the little fist bump at the end, and Malachi heads off. It's like, man, I wonder if we're gonna see more of him, or is he just like a one episode like kind of character? I hope he doesn't he doesn't cause the turtles any more problems, because like, man, loneliness is very potent. Just wanting to make friends, because I've been down that rabbit hole like way too many times over years. But it's like, we were introduced to Tiger Claw in the last episode, and it's like another reason why tigers are my favorite animals. That like, they're solitary, and they like, aside from like mating season, you're never gonna see like not just tigers, but a lot of other like carnivores too. It's like apex predators. Pretty much all the cats except lions are basically solitary. It's like, if those animals don't need friends or family or relationships, like maybe sometimes I don't either. Like I've learned this. Like if there was one thing that COVID and quarantine in 2020 like taught me anything, is that like that sometimes I'm just like, not having friends and not having anyone to like, play with or hang out with, sometimes as, just being alone is a lot better than being around toxic people that make you feel alone, if that makes any sense. Yeah, but anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of Turtle Tuesdays. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, thank you for Daily Reacts for being a surprise guest in this episode. And yeah, happy Mardi Gras and stay beastly.